Hey everybody, Trisha here. So today we're going to talk about why I use a bill pay reminder app. I'm one of those people that love to play the credit card game. And so if I didn't pay my bills on time, my credit would be crap and I wouldn't be able to continuously sign up for new credit cards and get the sign on bonuses. So for me, tracking all of my various bills and credit cards is can be a full-time job if you let it. And typically I had a process that I was using in Notion and it was very time consuming. And sometimes things got missed. In the past, I've also tried writing things down and then checking them off. And that's how a lot of people keep track of their bills. And it works for some. And every now and then something, gets lost and you don't end up paying it on time and you end up paying fees and stuff. So for me, a bill reminder app has been clutch in me being able to make sure that I pay my bills on time and I'm not charged any fees. So today I'm going to tell you about the top 5 reasons why I think they're beneficial. And number one, just like I mentioned, is making sure that you don't pay late fees. When you pay late fees, they can be anywhere from, a few bucks to a few $100, depending on your balance. And for me, I like to put everything on my credit card so I can track my spend and know what I'm spending on groceries, what I'm spending on fast food, what I'm spending at restaurants, eating out. So if I'm putting that all on the credit card, that means that I have to make sure that I pay that off every month. So the bill pay reminder, what it does is I enter it one time, and every month, 5 days before the due date, I get an email telling me, hey, this bill's due. And I go in and I take a picture of the payment once I've made it, and I upload it onto the app and I mark it as paid. And that way it falls off of the need to be paid and stops the reminders from coming, because I'll get a reminder every single day of those 5 days prior to the due date. So makes it very simple for me to know when something's due, and then when I get the reminder to go ahead and pay it, upload my receipt that I paid it, and then check it off. So then I don't get reminded anymore and I know that that's taken care of. So number one reason was to not have to pay late fees when you have a variety of bills that have all come on different days, and so you're able to manage it easier. So the second reason why I think it's important, for at least for me, to use a bill reminder app is I want to make sure that I keep my credit rating as high as it can be. And so by making sure that my history shows that I always pay my bills ahead of time or on time, that establishes really good credit worthiness and credit habits. And so keeping my FICO score at the highest it possibly can be is important to me, and this helps me achieve that. The third reason why I think a bill pay reminder app is a good thing to use is I can see all of my bills that I need to pay in a month in one place. And I can see the total of what that is. And as I check them off as paid, I can see what the outstanding balance is due of the remaining bills. So just another tool for me to make sure that I'm not paying bills, way ahead of time. I'm not paying bills, paying overpaying for the bills. Like I had a client that I worked with, and she would pay everything early, and she would guess as to what she thought the bill would be. And so she ended up having a $300 credit for utility. And the next month she was still going to pay more. So, that's kind of unnecessary to be loaning your utility additional money rather than just paying the bill when it comes in. So for me, this is a good way to see how much I've paid and how much is still outstanding. And then the fourth thing that I like about a bill pay reminder app is that I have a history of what's been paid and when. So the due date might be the 25th, but I got the reminder starting on the 20th and say I paid it on the 20th. Well, it'll track in my history that it was due on the 25th, but I paid it on the 20th. And then this is the screenshot that shows the payment with the confirmation number, should I ever need it. So that was important to me to be able to see and have access to my historical payment. So the fifth reason why I think a bill pay app reminder is really good is I don't have to set everything up on auto pay. There are certain bills that I want to hit on certain days. And so this gives me more control to be able to specify that. So for example, I have a Bilt card, and I don't know if you're familiar with Bilt, but Bilt is the only company that allows you to pay rent, and now coming in February, your mortgage by your credit card and get points for it and not have to pay a fee. So right now, any other company, if you were to use your Hyatt business card, your Hyatt personal card, credit card to make your rent payment, you would have to pay a 3% fee. Well, Bilt allows you to pay that without having to pay that fee. So not only is it nice to be able to not have to pay that charge, but you get the points. So if you're somebody who spends a lot of money on rent or mortgage, which most people do, why not get points that you can then use to transfer to a hotel partner or airline partner? And maybe over the course of a year, you've spent, I don't know, 100,000, you got 100,000 points, because it's not just one for rent, it's one for one. So if your rent's 2,000, you would get 2,000 points if you paid it on the first. But if you have other spend and you put it all on that same card, and say you accumulate over the year a lot of points, you could use those to fly first class one way to Europe, or get 2 nights, 3 nights hotel for just the points that you've accumulated by paying something you would already have to pay anyway. So to me, that's kind of an added benefit of receiving something for something I was going to have to spend my money on anyway. So that's how I look at it. Anyway, so those are the 5 main reasons why I think a bill reminder app is beneficial to managing your money, especially in early retirement, because we need to know exactly where our money's going. And some people live on a tight budget, and some people have a lot more flexibility, but it still allows you to make sure you don't pay any fees that aren't necessary. So hope that helped. The link will be down in the description or the comment pin below. And if you want to check it out, it's nominal fee. I think it's $35 for the year. So that's kind of like, as my mom put it, that's one late fee that she could have avoided. So check it out and let me know what you think. All right. Hope you're all doing well. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Talk to you soon. See you next week. Thanks. Bye. I'm free.